Good morning, Cavaliers. How you doing? It's Coach Steve. It's a pretty important pre-practice brief. You're going to get these regularly, and so I want to make sure that we start this thing off right. You guys make sure you tile into this, get the information, share the information, ask questions amongst yourselves. If you can't get the answers, make sure you come and see me or one of the coaches to get the answers. And so this is important. This is the start of the first day. I want to go over some groundwork here, and then we're going to meet in the locker or weight room, and we're going to start at 4:30 today. 4:30 is when we're starting, as we talked about before. If you show up 4:30, you're late. 4:15, you're on time. And so at 4:30 today, I'm going to go over some things, just a basic overview that I think is going to sum up our intentions, the expectations, and how we move forward to be uncommonly great and set the catalyst for how we want our communities to operate and run. So with that, we talked about developing a leadership council. I hope that you guys took the time to vote and weigh in on this. We did have enough guys to do that, and the coaches, and they came up with guys that I'm going to share with you who are our leadership council. Now, again, I'll remind you, everybody's a leader in our program, and we're going to expect that all of us are leading in the same direction. It just happens to be that we're going to select a group of 10 whose responsibilities are going to be the conduit between what the mission is of the program, what the coaches need to get done, and to the rest of the team. So rather than me going and telling the whole team all the time everything they need to do, we're going to start giving these guys a little responsibility to kind of delegate and move things down. They will not tell you guys what to do unless they have to do something else. Meaning that they'll be right there alongside of you doing the things that need to get done, making sure the operation and mission goes on. They won't be pushing their authority around. It's not like that. All right. They just have a responsibility to help us achieve where we want to go without the coaches having to tell you guys what to do all the time, because the coaches have a lot of things that you guys don't even know they have to do to get ready to go. And so this is a great opportunity for them to grow. But know this, you guys are leaders too, and we expect the same thing out of you that we're expecting out of leaders. So let's dive into this real quick. So we talked about the fact that these guys are responsible to be the conduit of what we want everybody else to be. And so they're going to be that conduit, which means that what they are is they're this connection piece that travels both forward and back. It's like a wire that's in the wall that produces electricity. This electricity goes to and from. So that means that they're going to also be responsible to come to us and tell us what the temperament of the program is, if we need to work on something else, or something's going on that we need to address, or what's working and what is something that everybody's really enjoying. And then moreover, then it's the coaches going to them and say, hey, I need this taken care of. You'll notice that when I set these up, you're going to see that each group or each leader has a responsible group that they're going to kind of lead when it comes to on-field operations, because it's, quite honest, easy, because they also have the same type of responsibilities that you may when you fall underneath their leadership groups or their groups of responsibility in the field because of the positions you guys may play. And so let's move into this real quick as we talk about what our expectations are for each one of you briefly. So the on-field expectations, and what this looks like is, here we go. On-field expectations. What this looks like is this. All right, I would recommend that you guys show up early. Of course, you should always be early, 15 minutes early on the field, at least if you can, and leave last. And what that means is that gives you a chance to make sure everything's squared away and taken care of based upon what your assignment is going to be. But moreover, it gives you an opportunity to work on some things that you may need to work on for that day. All right, we're going to do team practice, and we're going to grow as a team, and there's going to be some instruction that might cater to the individual. But an individual might leave the practice knowing that he has to work on a route, he might have to work on some conditioning, he might have to work on hand placement on block. This is the time for you guys to do that to practice. I would recommend that you do that. Make a habit, no matter what. We can always get better, and you taking some time to work on some things on your own will always benefit you. So maybe tell your parents to come pick you up 15 minutes later. Make sure you're here earlier, taking extra snaps, catching the ball, doing whatever you need to do. But we need to take advantage first and foremost of everything during that practice time, and also do some things before and after that cater to your needs. That pre-practice time should be locked in, focused, and us working on things to make us a better, valuable football player. Does not mean we can't have a good time, socialize, but nothing that we do should inhibit anybody from working on getting their best reps and getting as many of the best reps as possible. You should always be in uniform. You should know what uniform is today. If you don't know, go back to the videos and check that out. Take the initiative, meaning if you know that we're moving to a spot, we're going to need balls, get the balls. If you know we're hustling over to a spot, we're going to need cones, get the cones. Get the thing set up so that way we can rock and roll and those coaches can coach you guys up. be in a hustle everywhere. I prefer you to run to a place. If you got a minute break, 2-minute break, get there, get your water, and get back. Not that you'll have to do that very often, because you should carry your water jugs wherever you go. I repeat, carry your water jugs wherever you go. We will have refill stations which you can refill those water jugs, and I say water jug. The next thing I'll say about the water jugs, do not leave the water jugs in the field house. We've got 4,000 of those things that we have had to throw out, and we still have. We will not keep anything in a lost and found in our field house for longer than 3 days. So if we find a water jug and it's in the field house, we're going to put it in a specific location. If you don't pick it up, we're throwing it. We cannot keep your all's personal stuffs. And your parents have spent a lot of money for you to have those things. Put your name on it, keep your name on it, take the initiative, take that water jug wherever you go. Take the coaching. Meaning if the coach tells you to do something, you want to do it. You know, that's going to be a great example of how willing you are to buy into what we do. If you don't take the coaching and the coach tells you to do this, do that, I don't care if you think it's right or wrong, you need to listen to that coach. Remember, you're going to be in the heat of battle, you're going to be challenged, you're going to be tested, and consequently, you're going to have moments in which you might have a lapse in judgment. So trust the coaches. Moreover, those coaches have done this for a long time. We've got a very experienced and deep staff. Trust them, let them lean into you, do as they ask you to do. And when you are asked to do something, make sure you're mindful of your body language and your verbal language. All right, your body language again speaks volumes. And we want to practice that right now during practice, because when you get to the games, I don't want poor body language. That tells a lot to the opposition. It tells a lot to the officials. So always stand up tall, be proud. Yes, sir, no, sir. Move on, shake a hand, let's go. All right, verbal language. I mean, I know that you guys have your own way of communicating with each other and maybe using some language that I may not see appropriate when you're around the coaches, when you're around women, when you're around kids, when you're around people in the community. So be mindful of that. You know, I've sat down and had lunches with you guys, dinners with you guys when you're with my wife and my mom, and guess what? I spent 2 hours plus and I've never heard a cuss word. I've never heard a bad language. I've never heard you guys talk about something that's not appropriate. You can't control it. You just need to know where it is appropriate and when it's not. Be mindful of that. So please focus on that, because we will have an open field practice, meaning there's going to be parents come in and watch. We're going to have people stand on the sidelines. I want people to be able to come in there comfortably and be encouraged by the way you guys act. Speaking of encouragement, make sure you're encouraging each other. The best way you can take the focus off to how you feel going through the dire days of August and things that you might be going through that might be making it challenging for you is to make sure that you're encouraging others. Always brings positivity to the light. And let me just tell you, you're either focused on positive or you're focused on negative. You can't be in the same spot at once. So let's get that right. Expectations in the locker room. Today, the gold team will get the locker room, which is the wooden locker room, okay, where you got the helmets. The blue team's going to be in the other locker room. We put fans in there to kind of test out, see how things look. Take care of those fans. Take care of anything we put in there. We're going to bring some air fresheners to keep the room smelling fresh. That does not mean, though, that you guys abuse that by leaving trash in the weight room. And I'm getting a little passionate about this because cleanliness is paramount. We don't have a great deal of people that we can just start plugging and playing and replacing people with. So if we get sick, if we get some type of infections because we got crap in there or dirty materials or dirty uniforms in there, that's not going to be good. And we can prevent that. So let's make sure that in the locker room, we keep things clean. Regularly take your stuff out and take it home and clean it. It does not mean you have to take your helmet shoulder pads out. When school starts, I don't want to have a huge pile of pads in my trailer or in the classrooms. Keep them in the locker room. Now, you should know that what you leave in the locker room is only things you need for football. Do not leave your book bag after school. Do not leave any lunch boxes, any food. Do not leave your water jug. Do not leave all these other things. What should be left in your locker is what you need for practice every day. If you have a pair of tennis shoes you want to keep in there so that way you can go out there and use them to work out in, great. If you want to leave your girdle in there, perfect. If you want to leave your knee pads in there, perfect. You want to leave your practice pants in there, your belt, good. Shoulder pads, practice jersey, good. Helmet, good. Mouthpiece, chin strap, all locked in, good. Cleats, good. Anything else? No. Keep it out. Throw the trash out. You eat in there because you got a little bit of break, that's great. Take it and put it in the trash can, not on the floor. Keep stuff off the floor so we can easily clean and sweep things out. At the bottom of your locker should be cleats, or inside your locker if you got a cubby. All right, for the guys in the blue locker room, put your cleats on the chair or on the bench that you sit on. But nothing should be on the floor, ever. No food. I can't convey this enough. You may have an opportunity to put music in the locker rooms. That's okay. But be mindful that the walls are thin and be mindful of what music you're playing. All right, I would tell you that just keep things clean. Use music that's already vetted and clean, so there's no bad lyrics, no cussing, because if it does get too loud or someone outside does hear it, they're not offended by it. Now, I get it. It's your space. And I know and I appreciate the fact that you guys should have a chance to be in a locker room and enjoy each other's company without feeling the pressure of what's going on around you. I understand that. I was a high school football player too. But the reality is our field house is situated in the middle of everything. And when they're having other games and other contests, other practices, people walking by our field house. We're going to maintain a very clean environment, both inside and a clean environment on the outside, meaning that when people go by, they will not be offended or disturbed by what we say in the locker rooms and what we listen to in the locker rooms. Be mindful of that. All right? Leave the contentious occurrences on the field. We will not have any issues in the locker room of contentious attitudes or behaviors, period. If we have an issue with another player, that's okay. On the field, I get it. And I say issue. I'm not talking about some crap that happened out in the communities coming to our field. No. I'm talking about we're on the field and you guys got after it in a drill on D-line day and these guys were pushing and pulling and one guy got the best of you and it kind of got to your pride, especially on a hot, heated day in August. I get it. And so like you may have gotten held on that particular play. All right. And we need to talk it out. Fine. All right. Let the coaches come together. Maybe bring the coach over. Let's talk it out. Let's go. But don't take any contentious opportunities or attitudes into the locker room. No, we step off the field, it's done, period. We don't want any of that. And it doesn't leave at the locker room either. It doesn't get revisited. It's gone, period. We go, forgive and forget. We are a team, we care about one another. We're gonna battle out there and we're gonna rub each other the wrong way because it's uncomfortable and that's where you grow. Know that, be that, expect it. Bring enthusiasm attitude when coming in and leaving the locker room. Be excited about going to practice. Make sure that you're mindful of that excitement. And then moreover, when you're coming back in to leave, encourage someone as you walk out. But know this, somebody should be the last to leave, ensuring that room is cleaned, and it shouldn't be the same guy. Everybody's responsible to make sure that right room is good to go. So I would encourage everybody to make sure that they're last to leave and ensure the locker room is in good standing, which means that everybody should be cleaning up before they go out of there. Make sure it happens. Keep care of that locker room so we don't have locker room appreciation week. Expectations in a weight room. We will train, and it's a great opportunity. Look at it as I get to train rather than I have to train. Why is it important you think of it that way? Because I look at training as a very different part of our football program in that we can still grow, we can still push and grind with each other, and we can do so in a very comfortable, loving environment and improve without the rigors of what we do on the field. It's a very, very important part of our program, and believe it or not, it aligns with football. Guess what? We generally have 4 exercise groups. How many quarters are in the game? 4. That 4th quarter should be played as strong as the first. That 4th set of exercises should be given the same attention as the first. When we go out there and we tell you guys a play, you guys go out and execute the play. When I put a clipboard up and I put your workout sheet on there and it tells you the weights you should be doing, the reps you should be doing, the sets you should be doing, the time is running just like a time clock on the field, guess what? You follow those. Because if you don't, out in that field, somebody gets hurt because you went the wrong way or you ran the wrong route and we get an interception or incompletion. In the weight room, it's no different. Model that behavior in the weight room to grow ourselves to be great football players. And more importantly, the weight room is challenging. Delayed gratification. It takes time for us to see the great results of that weight room. Know it's there. It's going to keep us safe, strong, healthy throughout the season, and we're going to get better by the time we get into week 14. That's something that's important for life because you don't always get something by doing something today, and you don't always get it tomorrow, and you may never get it. But you're going to put the work in because today you're called to be the best version of you. So let's rock and roll, and let's do that every single day we step foot in the weight room. Spot and encourage others. Be an appropriate workout attire. If you come in anything but good tennis shoes, you will be addressed. I don't care who you are. All right? There's no excuses. Every day, you should have appropriate lifting attire. Shorts, t-shirts, proper lifting shoes. Period. Every day. And you don't know when it's going to be needed, so have those tennis shoes every day. Rather than packing them, carrying them, keep them in your locker. All right? Be attentive without your phone. We don't want to see phones in there. And we don't want you guys spending time in your locker rooms because you lose sets. As you sit there and you talk to other guys, you may forget about what's going on in the weight room. Don't. You're in the weight room, stay in the weight room, get your work done, and let's go. Hit every set and rep with the same energy and effort. Let's go. In the classroom, This goes true for both the classroom meetings that we're going to have as football players with our coaches and in the classroom with your teachers. Sit in the front. If you're allowed to sit in the front, sit in the front. Now, I told the stretch team leaders to do that too, so guess what? Our leadership council is going to be fighting for sitting in the front too. All right, but if you come in and the coach is in the room and all of a sudden you're sitting in the back and you're slouching in your chair, that body language, that attitude sitting back there tells us a whole lot, believe it or not. All right, lean in, get to the front, eliminate the distractions around you, tell everybody that you're here to get better, that you're going to take advantage of this classroom, be it the teacher teaching math or the coach teaching offensive line play. Put the phone away unless the coach says bring it out and take a picture. Take cues from the teachers and coaches. Know that we're getting ready to start this meeting, so when you see a coach looking around trying to get people quiet, start taking initiative. Get guys quiet. You should come in with paper and pencil. Do not hand paper to somebody else. They're done. If they don't show up today without a proper notebook and pen and writing utensil, that's on them. Don't be ripping out paper and stuff like that and giving it to them. No, a closed notebook with a pencil or writing utensil. Don't come today asking for that. Always have your school supplies and classroom supplies ready to go. Be early, stay longer for questions. There are no dumb questions. All right, and if we can't answer them right then and there, then you just get us later on, but tell us, hey, coach, I have a question I'd like to see you on the field about that. We'll get it done. And ensure the room is always cleaner than when you left it. All right? Expectations in school. Be aware of your language in your company, okay? So a lot of times you're going to be walking in the hallways, you're going to be in the cafeteria. There's always people watching, and whether you're wearing that blue and gold or not, people know that you're a football player. Focus in on being proper and living up the expectation of a Cavalier. You are not just representing yourself, you're representing me, you're representing our coaches, you're representing your teammates, you're representing the school and this community. Both the ones who have been here now, who will be here in the future, and have been here in the past. That's a serious, serious deal. Present yourself as a serious learner. What does that mean by that, man? There's going to be some things and expectations the school system is putting down. No phones, appropriate dress attire. Man, if you're showing up to learn, just like if you show up for a job, show up that you're prepared to be that guy. Serious about the opportunity. I'm not expecting you to come in with a polo shirt and tie. Wear the stuff you want to wear, but wear it nicely. Pull your pants up. All right, keep the hood down so you can see your face and hear. You guys are the bright and shining stars of our school, man. Represent the fact that you're here to get better. All right, because football is just something you get to do. It's a privilege, but that classroom is what you have to do to ensure that you get an opportunity to be something more than you are right now. Smile and greet others, man. What does that mean to smile and greet others? Hey, make an initiative. Go down the hallway when you see somebody. Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. You're the best. Have a good day. Man, you brighten someone's day, especially if it's another student or teacher. Engage in them, because again, they don't know who you are. Let's set the catalyst for positivity and encouragement. Set the pace. Positive attitude changes everything. All right, get to the classroom on time. Only use the hallways for the purpose of going to the restroom and reaching your destination. Man, it drove me crazy, the number of football players I saw in the hallways when they didn't need to be in the hallways. They should have been at lunch, they should have been in the classroom, or they should have hit the bathroom and got right back. Again, that's taking the learning environment seriously. If you're in lunch and you guys schedule lunch, you're in there. Don't be in the hallways unnecessarily, because there's going to be some guys, some jabronis who are going to be in the hallways when they shouldn't be, and they need to be able to be identified. If you're out there not doing anything wrong necessarily, but you're not in the spot you should be, but you're not the guy who's causing mischievousness, doing the things in the locker room or in the bathrooms inappropriately, guess what? You make it hard for those people responsible for the hallway duties to decipher between who is and who isn't doing the right stuff. Stay out. Be a good student. See something reported. All right, listen. It comes to Calvert football, it comes to expectations. I'm realistic and I understand, I know. All right, I was in high school once, but I can tell you, although my buddies would go out and drink on the weekends necessarily at a party or whatever, they never brought it to the school. They never brought it to the field house. They never brought it to the football program. They never brought issues that were going on outside back to our school. All right, again, I don't know. We never really had issues, but the bottom line is they never did that. And so you guys shouldn't do it. And you shouldn't want a school that has that. Vaping, drugs, alcohol, these things aren't supposed to be in school. They're a distraction to the learning environment. They're something that holds us back from the best version of ourselves. They certainly will not be in our field house as part of our program. And so if you see something, report it. Let's take ownership of our school. All right, don't look away. All right, don't look away, because if guys aren't going to align with our program, our school, our philosophies in a healthy and good community, then we got to get them out, or we got to do something that's going to correct them. All right, acknowledge and regularly engage the staff members of our school and listen to them. If they ask you to do something, they're asking you to do it because you can set the tone for everybody else. Expectations in the community. Expectations in the community. And I have a typo here. I can't type. I'm sorry. This is just nasty. Freaking, I'm just trying to get this done quick and get it out. And I'm excited about today. And I know I have some typos, so just bear with me. All right, you are always representing the blue and gold, even if you're not wearing it, because again, it's not going to be hard for people to figure out in Safeway and Walmart that you're a Calvert football player. Be mindful of that, because you're not just representing you, your family, okay, your community. You're representing me, our coaches, your teammates, and this school. And so, like I said, when you go down the hallway, or you go down the aisle at Walmart, or you're anywhere else in the community, walking down the street, what you're doing, what you're listening, what you're saying, how you're looking is going to be a reflection of everybody else. And know that you serve the benefit, everybody serves the benefit of when we stand up and do it right. You know, when we're out helping people in the community, when we did the youth contact camp week ago and wearing those blue and gold shirts, guess what? We did a great job. And those people are proud of us. We've set the bar. People are looking at us as something special. And we've been able to benefit that even if you weren't there. So guess what? You want to continue to keep that great impression of our program live and true. We don't want to damage it, and know that there's always someone watching. Be mindful of the behaviors and language in your public. Be cautious of what you share and post on social media. Gentlemen, if you want an example of what social media should look like, just go to Calvert football. Just go to Calvert football. It's that simple. Go to Calvert football. Look what we post on Instagram. Look what we post on Facebook. Look what we post on Twitter. You know, it may not be always flashy and up to code or snuff in today's fashion and trends, but it's always positive. It's always enriching. It's always encouraging. You retweet, you share that, you like that. That again is going to up the people who see what we do on social media, promote positivity in our environment. It's good to go. Yes, we've always talked about how what you post, what you share, what you like on social media can be counted against you when you try to get a job or go to college. But moreover, if you aren't that person down to the heart, or if you're trying to be something different, then just stay away from it. Again, you can't be positive and negative at the same time. So like if we're spinning our wheels, focusing on things that are just horrible, filming daggone freaking fights when we should be breaking them up, all right, or sharing things like that, then how is that promoting what we're trying to embody as Cavaliers? All right, smile and grin, greet everybody even in public. Walking down the aisles of Walmart or Safeway, just saying hello to people, opening the doors. These are all great things. Pushing a cart that's out in the middle of the daggone parking lot and putting it away. And lastly, remember, set the pace. Positive attitude changes everything. Are you ready to do that? Hope you are, because I'm ready to do it with you. This is Coach Sneed, and I love you. Let's have a great day, and I'm out. Boom.